So, welcome back. So today um, we are going to uh, uh, let's see, am I doing this right? Yes, I am. So today we are going to be working on either to set up free OpenAI code model for OpenCode or uh, design YouTube thumbnail thanks to other free models. Maybe with skills, SVG, and making the image with more in the scaling image. So I'm not sure how's this going to work. So I'm going to wait a moment. I'm going to ask ChatGPT directly instead of these OpenCode models, and from there I will see what they do because I'm not sure if this is going to work. So maybe I can take a look at ChatGPT. So let's use a installation that doesn't have ChatGPT. I mean a browser that it's not using ChatGPT. And ChatGPT, maybe OpenAI.com is the one we want to take a look at. ChatGPT. Oh my god, where's the pricing thing here? Here it is. So look at that. Do we have any English thing? And US. Let's change this thing into NUS to see how stupid thing I want to change. Let's try EN. Oh my god. We should be able to change this thing into English, isn't it? Let's try and see how this goes. So now maybe NUS. Okay, so let me use NUS please so that I can read this in English. Okay, here we are. Let's see. So if you take a look at OpenCode, which is around here, which I'm running from Debian 13 even if my system is Ubuntu, you can see that when you try to change, oh look at that, installed and restart, you can see how here restart. You can see how here when you want to take a look at OpenAI, it says that you can use API key or you can choose ChatGPT Pro Plus, from the browser. So you're supposed to have Pro and Plus for this to work, but maybe it's not the case. So for now, I'm not going to install the latest version. We will see. Another day. So the question is, Is that true? So if we go into ChatGPT, think, so it would say that it's like either Plus or Pro. So you have to pay $23 per month or to 229. So why is that? Codex Agent. So I guess that what you have in Pro is Pro plus 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 Go plus free. More access, more advanced, spend message, Codex Agent. Doesn't say anything about being able to get access to Codex or not. Huh. Another thing that it's interesting is how OpenCode. So when we think about using OpenAI, there's this browser installation, which this is going to use the browser from inside Debian 13, I guess. It's not going to be using the browser from the host. So I guess we want to be using headless or something else via this link, this and that. Okay, let me check from ChatGPT. Let me open in the other windows to see how this works. So it asks me to log in again. So probably I have the password somewhere. So I'm login. Wait a second. I'm logging on auth.openai. This thing. I have password, and it's going to ask me for a code that I have somewhere. One second, please. Oh, wait. Okay, so now I log in with a temporary login that I have on my email. You cannot see it. And now it says that codex. Okay, let me show you what it says. So it's unfortunately this is in Spanish. So ChatGPT is going to share your name, email, and whatever with Codex in order to link your account. Codex you won't be getting your chat history. When you use Codex, it works with your ChatGPT and uses your plan limits, your your training preferences and your language. This and that and that and that. Codex. Okay, so okay, so apparently you're supposed to turn this on from here, and we're going to do so. 1 second. So security settings from ChatGPT, and here it is. So it's enable device code authorization for codecs. Use device code sign in for headless or remote environments where normal user flow isn't available. Exercise caution in enable as device codes can be phished. Never share a device code. Okay, so I'm going to do so. So now I have turned this on, and I guess that I should restart this thing again. Codex login device auth. So what I understand here is that I have to try this thing again and try this link again, and hopefully as a consequence of having enabled the as a consequence of having enabled the codex thing, I guess that I should be able to test this thing properly. I am not sure. So I'm trying to log in on the second screen again. I'm getting again a temporary ChatGPT login code that I'm going to be using. Okay. And now the message is different. We have everything again. Well, I'm linking my email, but you already know it from Roscadex and supergroup this and so on, so I don't care. So now I can go on. Let me click this on the other screen to see what's going on. So now I'm supposed to be using so look at that. It says that this is being used for phishing and so on. So you should not share this code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cancel this thing. I'm going to cancel this thing, and and what I'm going to do is to do this thing, but in the other screen, so that so that you don't see it. So it's a pity, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. So OpenAI ChatGPT Pro plus headless. Now we have another code, and I'm going to use the new URL from OpenCode so that I can log in again, and hopefully now it doesn't ask me for the password again and again. Yes, I have to put my password again. So one of these days we will be able to allow the device to work as expected, I guess. So again, we have temporary ChatGPT login code, which apparently is the same one as the other one. And now it asks me if I want to share stuff with Codex. I say that yes. And it's asking me for the confirmation code, which is the Codex CLI code thing. Okay, so that's what it's OpenCode is going to be using. So that's what you are not seeing right now, and hopefully let's go. Okay, so it says that session has been logged in Codex. You can close this page. And also look at that, OpenAI models are now available to use. So the thing is, so there's the Hello World project, So in theory, let me see. Can we rename this thing into something else? So this is LLM playground live thumbnails, YouTube thumbnails. That's how the project is going to be named. And yeah, I don't know which color to use. Okay, so now wait a moment. So I'm changing the color, but it does not apply somehow. So it seems like a bug here that you change the color and doesn't save. Maybe in the latest version this has been fixed, but I have no idea if you ask me. Yeah. Anyway, now I have this YouTube. Wait a minute. It hasn't saved the LLM YouTube LLM playground YouTube thumbnails thing. And why is that? Runs. Why is that? I have no idea. So this is not working. So maybe the latest version it's going to be working like that. Maybe not. So look at that. Codex is Spark. GPT, text, image, PDF, text, image. So doesn't mean that it's going to allow me to use them because this is the free account. It's interesting how this going to work. How is this going to work? So I'm going to just use what I'm used to be doing from ChatGPT itself, but we're going to be using episode number 4. Let's see how this goes. Use the same file name as use a similar file name to the other files in the same directory. Adapt it to match the episode number. Wait a second. We're going to make you know, a backup just in case because we have this thumbnail lives stuff. So backup OpenCode just in case. Okay. So it's only 2 PNGs or whatever, and we're going to see how this goes. Thinking. Yeah, so there is a bit of reading the stuff and so on. So I'm not sure. Focus on education and AI topics. That's why I have so many topics on the image. Oh, look at that. Check dimensions of existing episode thumbnails. Reads PNG metadata for existing thumbnails. Oh, look at that. Checks available tools. Checks geometry. So I might end up creating a skill so that this is done without checking all of this stuff. And yeah. Oh, look at that. Well, we have something, but okay. Episode 4. So the question maybe is what model I am using in ChatGPT, because I do not know. So when you play with text or whatever, you, where the hell is this? So here I have some text, from an old conversation. And here I can say try again, and it says use GPT 5.3 mini. But when I'm generating images, it's we don't know what the hell is this. So we have this edit, but we don't actually know which model has been used in order to generate this image. You know what I mean? So I am not able to reproduce this thing here. So this has been used in GPT 3.3, GPT 5.3 codecs. So codecs, this is aimed at code, and maybe I was supposed to be using GPT 5.4 mini or even GPT 5.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this image. So I'm going to create YouTube thumbnails live fails if you want, even if this is not a failure for me. So we're going to cut this thing and paste here, and this is going to be GPT Codex 5.3. Sorry, GPT Codex. So this is OpenAI Codex. Let me double check what it says in here. GPT 5.3 Codex. GPT 5.3 Codex. Okay, that's it. Okay, so now I'm going to remove. Yeah, okay, so we have removed this image from here, and I can open a new session in the same project, and I'm going to just copy and paste what I have here. But the difference it's going to be that I'm going to use GPT 4. Sorry, 55. I'm going to use GPT 5.4 mini, and let's see how this works, because I'm not sure about this. I found 3 prior episode thumbnails. Next, I'm checking their dimensions and visual style, so episode 4 stays consistent. So this is sending the image thing there. Local thumbnail workflows over assets, so I can generate episode 4 in the same style. You're not going to find anything. Yeah, so the thing is that the environment doesn't have Python, so I'm checking for Python 3. Check below. What the hell is below? So why is it trying to create image locally instead of just using the ChatGPT thing? That's very interesting. So I wonder if maybe here build I'm supposed to default. I can use something else like hi. Look at that. I can generate this cleanly as a vector art and render to be PNG, which keep the thumbnail crisp as the same resolution as the others. This is not going to work as expected. Huh. Maybe I'm supposed to plan and somehow it won't try to build with the stuff that it finds in the file system. What the hell is patching here? So I guess that it's creating the SVG here. Okay, so I've added the thumbnail art something. So look at that, we have the SVG. So we have something around here. And yeah, maybe while this is doing some stuff, we can take a look at, at what it has created so far. So this is the SVG and this is the PNG. Oh, look at that. This is bullshit. So there's a number 4, which is not seen in here. Yeah. So the question is, okay, let's try to work on this LLM playground thing. So I'm trying to use OpenCode to generate a YouTube thumbnail thanks to a connection to OpenAI models. What do I need to be using in the OpenCode beta app in order to generate an image similar to the ones that one can be do from ChatGPT web interface. Somehow currently OpenCode defaults to use tools from my own installation instead of just giving me an image. I told it to check the file names to know how the file names are named, and that's all. Is there any way of prompting this and getting the right image generated straightforward? Maybe I am supposed to be selecting a specific model and a specific, what's the fucking, how do you call this, difficulty, specific difficulty level. So let's see what. You're not doing anything wrong. OpenCode isn't automatically aware to behave like ChatGPT's image UI. You need the right model plus the right tool invocation, image generation. Otherwise, it defaults back to file system tools. What you're seeing now. Yeah, I guess that's. So this one is GPT-4 mini. Let's move this thing out of the way. Wait a minute. Wait. Look at that. It's not as bad as it might be. So this was the original generated from the OpenAI UI. And this is thanks to GPT-4.54.mini. So apparently it has somehow mixed two images. So the way I see this, it has just copy and paste the image and it has put here this label here. So it says episode 4 and education this and that. So it's much better than trying to do some SVG and failing at it. But it's like it's missing something, isn't it? So this is going to be OpenAI GPT 4.5 mini.png. I think that's the right model, that GPT 5.4.mini. Okay, look at that. So again, here we only have 3 of them. And now we are going to just copy and paste this thing and try, what the hell is this? Revert message. We're going to create a new session and we're going to test GPT 5.5. Should we get, no, let's try to read, instead of generating this straightforward, let's try to read what what ChatGPT told us. So why OpenCode behaves directly that ChatGPT image generation is implicitly enabled. The system automatically uses an image model behind the scenes. However, OpenCode is changing IDE. It prefers local tools, file system access, code execution. So unless you force image generation, it will try to solve your prompt using tools. What you actually need, use a model that supports image generation. Okay, so image generation would be a tool using models like these. Even if you select GPT-5, it won't generate images unless the tool is enabled or triggered. You must trigger the image tool explicitly. The model decides to call image generation, or you force it. Example: generate a YouTube thumbnail or use image generation. Disable or restrict tools, very important. What you're seeing, this and that. Disable tools. Yeah, but I mean, reasoning, not image capabilities. So, correct tool usage, images. Big limitation of OpenCode. OpenCode is not a position for image-first workflows. Evidence from community. No native image plugin by default. People build custom plugins for it. Oh, wait a moment. So compared to ChatGPT, an automatic rendering, no warranted line image output may require 7 base 64 manually. What actually works? Best prompt generator. Include text overlay. Important, do not use this. Better even. Model GPT-5. If possible, force those choice image generation. If OpenCode. Mental model. Yeah. So OpenCode is VS Code plus an autonomous mouse agent. Yeah. So basically, apparently OpenCode is not useful for this. Okay, let's try something else, like, so this is a new, okay, let me see. Generate a YouTube thumbnail image, episode number 4, includes text, important, return the image, and use let's see what happens if we say use a similar file name. So we're going to use GPT 5.5 and default and see how this goes. Maybe I'm supposed to not be using this. Let's see. Look at that. GPT 5.5 model is not supported when using Codex with a ChatGPT account. So I think this means that if you want to use ChatGPT, so if you want to use this, you need the API. So let's write this down. But request. That's very interesting. I think this means that you cannot use GPT from within Codex OpenCode with a ChatGPT account. You must use API. We will have to double check if this is the right way of understanding it. So in any case, let's create a new session with exactly the same text. Let's use use file name episode number, use file name, use this file name pattern. Hopefully that's going to be the right thing to do. Okay, so GPT 5.4 mini, we use the full thing, and we will see how this works. I'm quite curious to see. I kindly generate or attach image in this chat. Use this file name. You prompt for a image model. If you want this prompt for an image model, use this file name. Has it generated anything? No, it has not. Prompt for our image model. Yeah, that's why they say that there's a plugin in order to prompt for an image model. So this is supposed not to be an image model. Okay, okay, look at this. I've noticed that there is no image generation plugin available in OpenCode. So I made one myself, OpenCode anti-gravity image. Okay, it uses the Gemini 3 Pro image model in anti-gravity and shares out with an OpenCode anti-gravity auth. For anyone curious, here's the generate image. Here's supposed to show caching capabilities with per column. The use case from development perspective, no need to hunt for assets now. So I could use anti-gravity auth in order to get into Gemini 3 image generation thing. An official tool. Text to image. Installation for humans. Installation for LLM agents. I like how you can describe how an LLM agent can use something. It's like, yeah. There's going to be another explanation on how to use this in binary that only LLM agents are going to be able to read in the future, I guess. But for now, we can read whatever LLM agents need to read. Okay, so let's take a look at the OpenCode GitHub. Let's search for image generation. Memory mega thread. Image generation. Let's see. Image generation. Built-in hands tool for intermediate artifacts. That might be it. Maybe we can just remove this thing. What about closed? Image generation. What about this thing? Okay. Are we using both open and close? No. MCP tool. GitHub point embedded image. Model generated image is silently dropped. Processor.ts doesn't handle AI SDK file stream event. Is there a way to create images? So this is from March 26. Image generation tool crashes with validation. Okay. Here's the change to get 1 billion free token from Bailin LLM. Should we consider integrating it? Oh. So, why can't agents have their own area to save text and files? Oh, why hands is useful. Yeah, let's ignore this feature for now. So, is there a way to create image? Try in the Gemini 2.5 model. This user might be a duplicate or image generate crashes. MCP, this and that. Gemini models. Is this a bot? Yes. I create a problem that provides a workaround. This is the OpenCode anti-gravity image thing. It uses the Gemini 3 Pro image models via the anti-gravity cloud code API. It saves images directly to this by passing to a display. Uses requires a Google AI subscription. To stay organized, issues are automatically closed after 90 days of no activity. So that's what's happening here. Image generate. Okay. Prompt. Evidence that generates. What is this image generation tool? Google's image generation tool, which does imaging. Oh, look at that. Imaging is not image generate. It's imaging with an N at the end. So, yeah. So, okay, so the idea now it's going to be open anti-gravity image. Alternative for now is which requires where the hell is this? Which requires Gemini 3 Pro image model. Where the hell was the explanation here? I cannot. I think I have seen somewhere that you needed a maybe in here. Where the hell? Where the hell have I read that the guy said, okay, I have created this. Okay. This is what I want to be checking, double checking. So apparently it requires a Google AI subscription. Is that free or not? And is it actually needed nowadays? So under the hood, it uses Gemini 3 Pro image model via the encrypted. So that's, I mean, I haven't written down the notes for this episode. Let's do it real quick. So this is episode number 2. This is going to be episode number 3, and yeah, we're not going to do a recap from the latest episode, and I'm going to copy and paste this thing like here. YouTube thumbnail generation attempts. So yeah, many of the attempts generated images thanks to SVG conversion onto PNG and local tools. So this is the SVG conversion. This is the so this is our learning that GPT-5 model not supported from ChatGPT account. Okay, and this is YouTube. Wait a minute. Yeah, and this is YouTube generation alternative, which we haven't tested. So yeah, this is from the same level. So YouTube generation alternative is this thing. So next video hints. Yeah, next video hints going to be in the notes. So the sign in. So episode 3 summary is designing YouTube thumbnails defaults to local tools. Given that OpenCode is aimed at agentic coding and it does not provide a straightforward way of generating images. There's a plugin for interacting with this other thing, which with Open Gravity. What's the name thing? With OpenAI Gravity. So either we use a specific tool, something other than OpenCode for this, that it's CLI based, or we try to build our own plugin to be able to communicate with OpenAI. with OpenAI LLM models. Yeah. So basically what's happening in here is that in ChatGPT, when you do this perfect family prompt complaint, I mean, I haven't tried this thing here, but yes, I have tried it and didn't work, isn't it? Here it is. I can directly generate or attach an image in this chat. Use this file name. If you want, I can also this into text prompt optimized for Midjourney, SDXL or DALL-E. I mean, we can try one last attempt, but I don't think this is going to work. Even if it's 5 on the 4. Save the generate image. The generate image onto do not show the generate image, but save it onto this thing. Is this going to work? I don't think so. And I'm going to end up. I can directly generate or save an image in this chat without using tools. Okay, let's ask this thing. Which tools do you actually need? An image generation tool, a file rate saved for the PNG. This workspace neither is available to me. I only have text code tools. So I can actually generate or save the thumbnail image here. If you want, I can give you a production ready prompt. Exact. Can you generate okay, so so episode 4. I need to end this thing right now. Generate image from OpenCode. So create a new empty folder. Copy and paste all conversation. See below. And copy and paste all conversation. And then this ask it to bytecode a specific tool for OpenCode that leverage image generation from within GPT-5 for manage image generation from ChatGPT integration. Let's see how it goes. That's what we want to do in the next episode. So that's going to be everything for today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.